So a recent reflection I've made, fuck knows what this piece of hair's doing, it's just there. Over the past few days to a week, yeah, I've made a few reflections, but this one in particular I found interesting, so I'm going to share it. So I'm a very outspoken person. Say it as it is, I usually call things as they are, you know, and I'm quite kind of nicely blunt usually in the way I deliver things. And then over the past year, since being on YouTube and working with people overseas and things like that, I seem to have developed this filter that, you know, we get censored so much. So there's certain things that I can and can't say online. So I don't say a lot of things. And then it's almost like I've carried that filter on into my real life. So I'll be having conversations with people and I won't say certain words because I'm so used to them words being censored online that my vocabulary has limited itself to not using certain words, doing that instead of saying a certain word, or, you know, referring to a certain time by the year instead of the event in which happened. So there's so much that I refer to differently and have a filter on instead of just speaking openly. And I find that so mad how even in my actual human daily life, I'm now filtering the way I speak because of how censored this world is online. And then on an even deeper note, I've learned to reflect on the fact that because I'm used to I was used to just working with certain people who I knew could kind of handle the way I talk in this area and the way we are, the way we just Yorkshire people are kind of their own breed of people. And any Yorkshire people will hit me up in the comments and agree with me that it's just a whole different type of people. You've got English people, and I'm sure that's the same with any type of people, but Yorkshire people are their own kind of people. And yeah, specifically where we live, you know, I learned to kind of have a way I speak, and it was just very, very me, very honest, very blunt, and just very raw, like it or not, kind of take it or leave it. And then I took that a little bit with me onto the online world. But what I noticed is, I think I got really wrapped up in being not offending people and, you know, being cautious of the way I speak and not trying to speak like I'm an ego, because I don't ever want to appear like I'm talking down to people, like I'm talking from a place I think I'm any better. It's something I'm quite cautious on. And I think over time I've just slowly filtered away in terms of not even speaking my true opinion, especially as a reader. So I struggle sometimes now to just say things brutally as I see them, because I've become so used to accommodating and accustomed to making other people making people feel nice and doing the healing work, that I've become so accustomed to doing that reading is quite an unfamiliar subject, and it's quite an unfamiliar experience, because it feels like I'm being invasive, and it feels like I'm telling them instead of me kind of doing the work to help them. So it's different. It's different, I suppose, coming from a tarot card reader and a medium to then doing all this multidimensional healing work and Akashic reprogramming, all that. It's just different now, and I've noticed that I struggle to be as blunt and to be as openly honest in the way I feel and how I'm speaking and what I'm getting. So something I'm working on is being a little bit more honest in the what I'm getting and how I'm getting it, and not being afraid to offend people by that, and just kind of owning it and just saying it, if that makes sense. And also, finally, I'm being cautious and conscious. Not cautious, I mean conscious, to make sure that I am telling people how I feel when I feel it. So if it is something nice, like I thought about them, that I really appreciate them, or I really had a lovely day, or anything small, you know, I'm really making an effort to remember in my mind to tell these people and to share that with them, and to share my love and appreciation and gratitude for these people, because I have a lot of loving, kind thoughts that I don't always share because I struggle to be vulnerable and I struggle to express that. So I'm making a conscious effort to communicate how I feel a lot more, and to tell people the small things that I think about, because I love receiving reflections like that. So I'm making a conscious effort to give them. So I would just have a little bit of a think about, you know, different things that we spoke about, and that we've spoken about, that I've spoken about, and just see if it resonates with you. And if it does, then great. If it doesn't, then that's fine. But for me, I've just really like learned at this time not to restrict myself and my throat chakra, because then it will become physically affected. Like I've got a little bit of a sore throat, but that wasn't what made me click. It was working with Trish the other day, and she was saying something and she was just so blunt in the way she said it, and she just didn't care. And I had like a resonance of, I used to feel that way and I used to have that confidence and connection to say that. Why have I kind of gone backwards on that? What is going on there in terms of, you know, why am I limiting myself and not speaking the full truth? So that was my reflection. I hope you resonate. I'm sending you lots and lots of love. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you later.